Chris, I know this can be tough, so we actually came up with a system for you.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab the legal pad here. Kyle, hold this microphone up to my face.
I'm gonna hold your mic real quick.
You put this on a legal pad.
Yes.
It's the banner system.
The banner
The
system.
banner
Banner
system.
system.
We got the banner system.
Banner.
Right here.
Good banner system.
Okay.
B.A.N.N.E.R. the banner system. Would you like to learn more?
I would love to learn more.
All right, Chris. Well, here we
I'm
go.
kind of scared.
Begin engagement.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to want to begin engagement here by any sort of little means necessary. That could essentially mean you catch them looking a few times. That could mean that you make eye contact. That could mean there's a little smile there. That's just a beginning engagement. That means, oh, there's a bookmark. I can put something there, and maybe I can go up to the bar and say, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a conversation. There's a lot that goes into a conversation, but it's the beginning of the engagement.
Yes.
That's just the beginning.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Oh, Brian's doing it?
Yeah, I got you.
Then we got A, attain surrounding information. There's a lot of information that you have to figure out. Is she wearing a sweatshirt that says I survived the heart attack hill? Is she wearing a sweatshirt that
From
says
Sonora.
4K run.
From Sonora.
Is she wearing the
Spartan.
trippy red sweatshirt?
Is she wearing a trippy
I
red
would know.
sweatshirt?
I would notice that the moment I walked in.
What kind of jewelry is she wearing? Does she have a ring on her finger?
You gotta notice that one.
What kind of, like, all of these
Where's
things
her boyfriend?
factor in. Oh, is she wearing a San Francisco Giants
Does she
hat?
have a boyfriend that's outside that I don't know about?
That's on.
I
You
mean-
could have been that guy. You just waited too long.
Okay.
You waited way too.
You
If
would.
I would have given you the banner system earlier, you might have figured this
But
out.
if I
I
give
needed
it to
it.
him now, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we're giving it to you now.
Brian, go ahead and flip to the first N. We've got negotiate the conversation. Now, this is where you actually make first contact with the conversation in many cases. You could actually start it with the B in very rare
That's what
situations.
I was thinking.
Like, say, for instance, maybe she goes, oh, did I see you at a certain restaurant? Sometimes that'll happen, but not very often.
It
More
happened.
time than not, you'll have to be the one shooting your shot at them.
But
Yeah.
that being said, you can do that in the beginning.
Actually, that
Yeah.
happened to me twice.
Yeah, it did.
You fumbled that same bag twice?
Well, the other girl I wasn't into. That's the only thing.
Okay, well, whatever.
We've talked about this.
We talked about it, but
So now
Sorry,
when it,
Jimbos.
when it comes to negotiating the conversation, this is where you start throwing things out there. You're trying to say different things, move different things around. You're trying to get conversation flowing. You're trying to get it started. You're trying to pick apart little pieces from the earlier information that you just
Yeah.
attained so that you can move on and have a better chance at having a good conversation. Brian, the next N. This is the neutral zone.
No
A
infractions.
very important section. As we know, the neutral zone can be a place where you make or break a game. A neutral zone can be won, and you can bust off an 80-yard touchdown run, or it can be lost, and it results in a forced fumble sack against Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl when he's up 28-3. Hopefully,
leading to a
hopefully-
complete breakdown.
Hopefully, he's still on the Falcons. That's all I hope for.
Yeah.
He's not, you
That's
fucker.
So
Tragedy.
the neutral zone is where you start to figure out if this is going to go somewhere. Maybe she's giving you some signs that maybe she's kind of blowing off the conversation. You're like, okay,
I'm
not
out.
into it.
Yeah.
But this is also where you have to try and be like, okay, well, maybe I ask about school. Maybe I
Yeah.
ask about work.
This
If
is, I was going to say,
Go ahead.
this is that awkward silence stage where it's that period of time where I said,
I gotta
thinking,
think of something.
this is the time where she has the time to think and you have the time to think, is this a conversation that I really want to continue the rest
Yeah.
of the night, or is this somewhere where I want to just get away?
Exactly.
This is that time.
Well,
you're still trying to figure out about them in this.
Yes.
after the neutral zone is where you make your entrance or your exit. This is important because now you understand you've had the conversation. You're thinking to yourself, okay, I've done said thing. I don't know if this is my type.
Yeah.
I don't know if she likes me.
I don't know if she's into me. I don't know if I'm into
Exactly.
her even. Well,
I don't know
I'm
if I
most
like-
likely into her, but
I don't know if I like the fact that she shoved me up against a wall and started stripping in the middle of a bar.
I love
we
that.
don't know.
I do know that.
Who knows?
But
Me.
Who knows?
Who knows? So this is where you make your move and say, okay, it was nice to talk to you. If you're trying to exit,
Yeah.
I'm going to go get a drink. Or it's where you go, oh, you know what? What are you drinking? I'll get you another one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or you know, at the very end of the night, shoot for the number.
Shoot for the number, possibly.
Get the Snapchat.
Snapchat.
If this
Snapchat's
is-
a closer one.
Snapchat is closer.
that
A lot
in.
easier to get.
I
lot
think
easier.
Snap's easier to
Snap's
get.
easier
It's
because
less- it's
there's
less
less
personal.
like
More comfortable with
it's
the
less
Snapchat.
personal.
It's
Yeah.
weird because it's like it's more pictures of them, but it is less personal. It's such a weird way how
Yeah.
we have
Such a
society.
weird concept.
Now this, after you get the said drink, is where you do the last step, the R, repeat.
You repeat.
You
run it
grab the
back.
drink, you go back, and you do it all over again. The
Whether
banner
it's
system.
with
Banner
the
system.
same person or
Or
an entirely
a new
new
girl.
one,
Mhm.
depending whether you enter or exit.
Very true, Brian. Very,
Very
true.
true.
So that's the banner system.
We went over the banner system, but we still didn't tell him how to engage, which he said he feels the least comfortable with. How do we do that?
I thought you'd ask that, Brian.
Oh God.
Flip the page. We have a brand new system for
What?
Chris.
There's another one in here?
Another
Another
one.
system for you.
Yep, we got one more system here. Flip the page one more time, Brian. This is the R301
Old Faithful?
system.
Old faithful.
We've got the R301 system because we really didn't tell Chris what to say or how to formulate the conversation in this system. So
Wow.
we came up with a new one. It's the R301. We're going to start off with the R here. Chris, you're going to want to rewind. This is important. Now, the last system was just how to get in there.
Yeah.
This system is how to stay in there. You're already
Okay.
in the conversation in this system. Rewind. You need to take a mental note of everything that she
Every
is saying.
single thing
and
she
if you
says.
happen to skip over something, to avoid the awkward silences, you want to rewind. Say she said something about college.
Like like Brian said earlier, where she said, I'm working on getting my bachelor's degree. You skip past asking her what her major is. You just say, where do you go? You go through all the normal stuff or whatever, and you talk to her about that. Then the conversation starts to get dry. You can always go back to,
What's your major?
What's your major?
I see.
so then you extend the
Rewind.
conversation.
rewind.
Rewind.
That moves us into our next thing. 3 questions or comments about anything she's talking about. This
Anything.
needs to happen at all times. Most of
So-
talking to a girl is just listening. You're rarely talking.
That's the best part.
That's the best part. So while you're doing that, you need to be thinking in your head 3 questions that you can come up with to continue this conversation.
Keep her talking.
Keep her
Yes.
talking. And it also keeps her engaged and wanting to talk more. And it also does the next thing on our list. It prevents it. We want zero pauses. That's correct, Christopher. We want no pauses. And in this situation whatsoever. What does this mean? If a pause starts to creep up on you, this is where you would say,
Cut it off
your
right.
drink looks low. Let me go get you another.
Let me get you
I
another
need to
one."
go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. You're negating the pause to cause no pause. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We're
And what-
pausing, but not in the conversation.
Now, during that pause, what do? You
Think up some more questions.
You
You
rewind.
Rewind.
You go back to the 3 questions.
And you
And
get
you
them
kick
ready to
in.
go.
Now, there's another part to this, isn't there, Wyatt?
Yeah, there is a 1, Brian. That is 100% correct.
What
You
is the
also, when she's talking, want to have one personal story or factoid, a personal anecdote
true.
about whatever she's talking
That's
about.
true.
If she says, I love the San Francisco 49ers, you say, yeah, you
I'll
know
tell
what?
you what.
I've been rooting for this shit garbage team
This
since I was
bitch-ass
a little
team.
kid.
Fuck Jimmy G.
I once broke my TV because Jimmy
I'm not gonna
Garoppolo
say
missed
that.
a wide open Emmanuel Sanders streaking down the sideline in the late moments of the 4th quarter to win the Super Bowl. That happened. You can talk about how you punched a hole through your TV screen.
That might drive her away.
Or,
it
she
might-
might,
Or
learn.
she might like the
she might
passion.
She might go like
Some
this.
experiment.
What
me,
is that?
Me
That-
too.
Me too.
That goes
Yeah.
back to the A and banner. Assess the
No,
room.
you
Assess
don't.
the
You
room.
don't blame Jimmy G. You blame the refs. Remember that.
Always.
That was
Refs
not pass
fucking-
interference.
Offensive pass interference bullshit.
Yes. So that was
was
the
passive.
R301 system. The
I
most
love it.
important part of the R301 system is the R and the 3. Those are vital. You need to always be thinking of 3 questions ahead of time. You want to actually know all of these things about this person. Why? Well, they're not just a piece of meat. You want to know about this person. You want to know what their interests
wanna
are, what
build
they
a
like to do. You want to
relationship.
build a relationship, whether it's just a friendship or maybe it turns into something more. Either way, whether you're doing this with a girl or you're doing this with somebody that you just met, job interview, whatever it may be, you want to have the R301 system in your head. You want this ready to go.
Well, Wyatt, in terms of it being Chris, and Chris is interested in a girl, how does he decide which girl he wants to go up and start this banner system with?
Brian, I'm so glad you asked that.
Oh,
If you turn the
No
page
way.
one more time, I have a new system. It is the R-99 system. Okay?
Okay.
Starting with
Another
the
R.
R. Yes, it is another R. Starting with the first R here, Brian, thank you very much. We refuse. Brian, turn the page one more time. We refuse and dash away from. Turn the page one more time, Brian.
Jeez, how many pages?
Oh God.
Anybody who's not a 9 out of 10. That is the 99 system. Refuse
What?
and dash anybody who is not a 9 out of 10.
What do you mean?
Because you got to get your confidence up. How are you going to land on the stars if you don't shoot for the moon?
You
Chris?
set the
Yeah,
bar.
how you
Chris.
gonna let the stars go
Chris,
shoot
you
for the
set the
moon?
bar.
You
You're
set
not
the bar.
wrong. I think we can maybe lower it to 8.
Maybe.
No,
we could
It
do
doesn't
it.
really
It's
fit
the-
with
it's
the
the
R99.
R99.
First
This
you
is not an
shoot.
R98.
First you shoot for the 9.
I mean, let's be real. I already bagged a 10, but
Yeah,
something
that
happened.
true.
Something happened.
Also, in Titanfall 2, it was the R97, which
It
I'm
was.
not opposed to. Sevens are
That's average, above average. even.
yes,
yes.
That would be above.
sevens are a
That's C
Nebraska
grade.
9.
Yeah,
So
You're right. California 7. I'll take that.
But Chris, I also know that in the times that you've had the easiest time to talk to people was in unsavory times that you didn't expect. So I actually made you one last system here. The RE45 system. Brian, just turn the page one more time. Run, especially if they're 45 and over.
I've been in
Because
this
you've had-
situation.
You've had a
Multiple.
lot of those where they're old and they want to talk to Christopher.
There's a lot
Well,
of
the first
cougars.
one I wanted to talk to them. To be fair,
That is
but I
true.
was also blasted out of my mind.
RE45. What does that say?
Run, especially if they are.
Remember that.
45. There you go, Chris. Those are all the systems we have for you, and this should make it better.
Do you
Honest
use
to
that
God,
whole legal pad?
I did.